So, what's the best way to impress your date, especially your girlfriend? Compliments, 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 and more compliments. Welcome to today's lesson, and today's lesson is about compliments that you can use to impress your date, especially your girlfriend. So I have some really nice words which you can use and make sure that your date falls for you, and how. So, old compliments like pretty and beautiful have become old school and boring. I have some interesting and amazing words that you can use and actually earn a lot of points. So the first one on my list is enticing. Now this word is particularly enticing, which means attractive. So imagine you're going to pick up your date and you're at her doorstep and she comes out looking very, very beautiful, and you could actually say something like, "Wow, you look enticing tonight." And she's gonna feel so special. Trust me, there's gonna be a smile on her face and she's gonna really enjoy your compliment. So make sure you remember this word, enticing, which means particularly attractive. So make sure you use this word the next time you see your loved one. Well, moving on, after enticing, I have wondrous. Now what does wondrous really mean? What do you think wondrous means? Well, wondrous actually is a form of the word wonderful. So wondrous means wonderful. It's just that wondrous sounds more poetic, it sounds better, it sounds more exotic. So imagine if you tell your date, when I look at your eyes, I get this wondrous feeling. Which means basically you think she has wonderful eyes. But when you put it that way and say things like, first look deep into her eyes and then say, when I look at your eyes, I get this wondrous feeling. She's gonna think you're like poetic and sophisticated and so much more. I hope you are, but she could think that you're way more than you really are. And that could really, really work for you. So make sure you remember wondrous, which actually means wonderful. It just sounds better, more exotic, and definitely poetic. Well, moving on, the next one on my list is stunning. Now, this is something that you must have heard many, many times. This word has been used everywhere. Magazines talk of stunning actresses, stunning dresses, stunning pair of shoes, stunning jewelry. So anything that can stun you. As in, imagine your date walks in and your reaction is like, wow. That's the time you can use the word stunning. So stunning means somebody that brings about a reaction of wow. So someone who's so beautiful, so attractive, that somebody who stuns you in that one particular instant and makes you go, wow, I just love this. So you could use the word stunning if you're taking your date on an evening date. It's like the evening time and she's probably wearing evening wear, and you could say something like, "You look stunning." And you know what she's gonna think? She's gonna think like, wow, all the effort I put in to get ready, to really, really dress up, now that's paid off with that one compliment. So make sure you actually remember stunning and use it well. Now moving on, I have the next one on my list, and this one is elegant. I think this word just sounds really good. Don't you think? You look very elegant. Oh my God, you're so elegant. Wow, those are really elegant shoes. I love your bag, it's so elegant. Just the sound of this word is so elegant, And you know what it means? It means graceful or ladylike. So now this one is a huge compliment to any woman. So imagine a girl who's being called ladylike or graceful. So it sounds really, really good to her ears, and I'm sure she's going to enjoy this compliment. So make sure you really memorize this one. It's simple and it's elegant. The word for you is elegant, which means graceful and ladylike. Well, that's 4 words for you. Enticing, which means attractive. Wondrous, meaning wonderful. Stunning, one that makes you go wow. And elegant, which means graceful and ladylike. Well, moving on, I have 4 more interesting words which will definitely win you some awesome points with your date, especially your girlfriend. So the first one being breathtaking. Now, has it ever happened to you, especially on the first date? Imagine you're going for a blind date and you see this lovely lady walking past and you think, is she the one? Oh, she's not the one. Then you see this slightly drab looking lady, coming towards you, and you're like, okay, I hope she's not the one. And then she passes you by, and the third one comes in, and she is beautiful, just gorgeous. And she comes up to you and says, hi, I'm the one for tonight. And you're like, oh my God, I just lucked out. Could I get any luckier tonight? And imagine, for one instant, your breath just goes in, and you're like, so you inhale, but you sort of forget to exhale because she's so beautiful in front of your eyes. Now that is called breathtaking. Somebody who you find very, very beautiful. So imagine you've already gotten lucky for the night. You have a date with this beautiful woman and she has the most amazing smile. So when she flashes her smile, or maybe each time she flashes her smile, you feel like, oh my God, my breath is stuck in my chest. She is so breathtaking. Now that is the word you want to use. You could say something like, you know what? Every time you smile, it's just breathtaking. And trust me, even the strongest and the most confident of women will blush when you call them breathtaking. So this one's definitely a star one, and definitely make sure you remember this one. It's called breathtaking, and I think it's very romantic to use this word. Well, moving on, there's ravishing. Now, ravishing means delightful. Somebody whose appearance, somebody whose talks, somebody whose mannerisms and personality you find particularly delightful. You could tell that lady, you're just a ravishing woman, aren't you? And she's going to feel like she's on the top of the world. She's going to feel like a princess, like a queen even. So make sure you use ravishing with great care. Now this one's a word that you don't use on just anyone. You save this one for that special someone. So that's breathtaking and ravishing for you. Moving on, there's striking. This one's particularly special now because this word can be used for a man and also a woman. You could use it on a co-worker or on your date, on a man or a woman, and it will be just fine. It works both ways. And it's very interesting how you use the word striking. So you could walk up to a co-worker early morning, especially a Monday morning when someone's feeling really down and out and blue and lazy, and say something like, you know what? You look particularly striking today. And that would work just fine. So striking is a word that you can use to compliment somebody in a business setting or a personal setting, and it would work both ways. So striking actually means impressive. Someone whose appearance or manner of talking is very, very impressive, or someone who's dressed very, very impressive could be called striking. So you could say something like, that young man there in his early 20s, now he has a striking appearance. Or, that wonderful blonde lady sitting there at that desk, she has such a striking appearance, or she has such striking features. And both would work just fine. So striking is a word that you need not reserve just for your loved one. You could go out and hand it over to anybody as a compliment and it'll work just fine. Now moving on, the last one on my list for today, lovely. Now this one's been used so many places. It's been overused, underused, used for centuries. And you know what? it still sounds lovely. So lovely means somebody who brings out love in you. So although you could use it as a general compliment, like between girlfriends, it's very, very normal to tell your girlfriend, especially if you're a woman, you look lovely, and that's just fine. But if you're a man, you must reserve lovely for somebody who's really captured your heart. So you could actually speak to your fiancé or your spouse, your wife or your girlfriend and tell her something like, yes, my lovely, whatever you want, my lovely. And trust me, that would be just like music to her ears. So yes, lovely means someone who brings out the love and affection within you, and that's the word that you use for your loved one especially. So I'm going to go over the words one more time. There's enticing, which means attractive, wondrous meaning wonderful, stunning, which means somebody who brings out a reaction like wow, and of course elegant, which means graceful or ladylike, breathtaking, someone who's so beautiful that you probably find it difficult to breathe in their presence. And of course there's ravishing, somebody who you find absolutely delightful. Striking, which means impressive. Now this one can be used on a man or a woman, a colleague, a co-worker or your loved one, and it would work both ways. And of course there's lovely, someone who brings out a lot of love, care and affection from within you. So that's my list of words that you can use to impress your date or girlfriend. Make sure you make a note of these and use them well. Trust me, you'll appear like you really, really know your art of romance. Now this is me, Reema, signing out for now. Make sure you use these words and use them well. Don't forget any of them. And if you have something to add, something to say, if you have more words to share with me, make sure you write in the comment box below.